I don't tend to put a lot of emphasis on these exercises because, like I said, we do a lot of things that shorten our pec muscles or muscles that pull your shoulder forwards. So I don't put a lot of emphasis on these. I prefer to put in extra pull rather than more push, but I'll show you a few different options that you can do here. When everyone thinks upper body push, you think push-ups straight away. So I'm going to give you some top tips and some things to look out for to avoid. So I'm going to start off with a full push-up and then show you scaled variations all the way back, and I want you to pick the level that you're at, knowing that each level is going to build you up to doing the full push-up on the toes. So to begin a push-up, we're going to imagine a line is drawn between your hands, okay? That line is where you're going to bring your sternum down to. So my top tip with push-ups is to make sure that your shoulders are set up on top of your hands or on the line of your hands, not here, okay? So imagine that line between your hands and you're bringing your chest down to that line. If your hands were up here, we wouldn't quite be doing it right, would we? Okay, so that works. Very different muscles, and it puts your shoulders in quite a compromising position. Okay, so make sure hands on top of the line of your shoulders and your chest comes down to the line between your hands. Okay, scaled options, because very few people can actually do them on their toes. Okay, they're not a very common exercise for people to be able to do the full option straight away. So on the knees, the principle is exactly the same. Make sure that you're pushing your chest down to the line between your hands, and make sure you bring your hips with you. Often I see this, and I want you to make sure that your hips come in the movement with you, okay? And again, take care not to end up pushing yourself away from your hands. Push yourself on top of your hands, okay? There's a few options with push-ups. I've been doing quite wide push-ups. You also have the option of doing a tricep push-up, which is a little bit more difficult. It uses less pecs and a lot more triceps, okay? A few tips here before we move on to some other scaled options is the position of your back. Take care not to arch or to round, okay? We want to be a flat line from your knees to your shoulders or from your heels to your shoulders. Never. If you touch the ground during your push-ups, and all you need to do is get your chest to your elbow height, but if you touch the ground during your push-ups, make sure we push ourselves straight back up in that line and that we don't cobra, okay? Not good for the spine, and it doesn't really work your chest and your triceps the way you want it to. So that's two options on the mat. If we need to take it up a bit, see if you can raise your hands on a bench top or something quite sturdy that's not going to fall over. So your options here. I found something about mid-thigh height. Hands in exactly the same position, and here you've got the line. You've got that line that you're pushing your chest down to. So make sure that you're not pushing the head down to the line. Push the chest to the line. Take care that your shoulders aren't shrugged. Shoulders are set. Sternum goes to the center of the line. And we can take this up another notch to a wall, okay? Remember, you're pushing your chest to the line between your hands. Your hands are going to need to be lower on the wall than you think they need to go, okay? You're going to find this by trial and error, so it's okay to feel it out for the first few reps. All right, we can start here, all right? And as you get more confident with it, we can go further away and work your way to doing something either off the bench top or off the floor from your knees or off the floor from your toes.